What it do, what it do. YouTubers out there. How do you do, how do you be? Haven't been on the thing in a little while, but you know how it goes, man. You gotta rip, you gotta run. You have to survive in your everyday life to ensure that you prosper and your family does too. Well, you know, that's how it is. But, you know, caught a little something else in the news. Matter of fact, I caught a lot of something else's in the news to really get my ire going, you know? I was flipping through the channels of the MSNBC, and I caught a little quip from Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House, that says, quote unquote, we have to pass the healthcare bill to even know what it is. Once again, I pause for silence because this is crazy talk. How do a group of grown men and women actually find this is logic? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a law in a box, and in order for you to find if this law will apply to you or even is a good law, what you've got to do is agree to the law, and then I'll let you know what's in the box, which you're still liable for. Do you know what this is? This magic box type of lawmaking that we do? And like I said in a previous video, you know what I'd like to know? I'd like to know who are the personal authors of these bills. Like I said in the previous video, you mean to tell me that when Nancy Pelosi goes home, how old is she, like 50-something, 55 years old? You mean to tell me after you spent a full day in Congress, and do you have kids? Does she have a family? Or does she just go back into the tomb from when she came? Well, I'm thinking that she does have a family. She's going to say hi, bye, family functions. You know, after doing what you want to do, Nancy Pelosi, you mean to tell me at night, it's you, it's Karl Rove, it's all those Obama czars that's getting it in and writing these laws, all of them, especially the healthcare law. You guys, if you give a damn, man, I did a video about healthcare like maybe a couple of months ago. I still stand by that shit, man. Last time I heard about healthcare, it was not too good for me. Hey, I believe that poor people should have healthcare. I believe that the system we do have desperately needs to change, because I've seen people go to seed waiting for benefits that's just not coming. And you know, there does need to be measures for that. But what I don't like is this secret Medicare policy or secret healthcare policy where, you know what, it's when you see on the news, nobody tells you what's in these bills. Nobody tells you what's in the healthcare bill. Obama won't tell you what's in the healthcare bill. He'll say it's good for all Americans. We're going to try to cover who's not covered, and be damned if you're against it. And if you don't like me, you're a racist. And I hate that. Because, I mean, like I said in the Associated Press, I think I did this like 6 months ago, on July 20th, something like that. I actually referenced the damn site on that video. I'm going to say it again. One of the versions that they put up for people to see what's going on, it included you could be docked 3% of your total pay. 3% of your total pay just for a penalty for not getting down with the health care that they want to provide you with. So that means if I don't like your health care bill and I don't want to be down with it, it may cost me 3%. There was also talk of imprisonment. You already know about the fines. I just said it, almost 3% of your total income. And I believe that was for, matter of fact, yeah, and for employers, it's actually more. And I always have a problem with like people trying to force me into something, and if I don't want to go along with what you're forcing me to do, you penalize me. This is not America. This is not the land of the free. If I don't want your goddamn shit, I don't want it. And you can't make me. So fuck you. But in other news, I just had to speak on this. Today is, I believe, March the 13th, 2010. Now, I believe a couple of days ago, the House or Congress recently voted on the Afghanistan war. Now, for you guys that don't even know why we're in Afghanistan, there's a whole lot of people just not too sure. If you ask the average man on the street, they'll say, you know what, we're in Afghanistan pursuing Osama bin Laden. Do you believe that now? Did did you hear about the testimonials of the people who are actually in Afghanistan? Soldiers, not politicians, not generals, not strategists, soldiers who pick up gun and shoot them every day. You know what they say about the Afghanistan war? They said that the criteria of the enemy and the Taliban and Al-Qaeda and these terrorists is so ill-defined, it is impossible to determine who enemy and who friend is. So, matter of fact, I'm not even going to speculate. Here's what this guy said. He said when he was in Afghanistan, he was talking about the intelligence that he was getting of the people who said, okay, well, those are Al-Qaeda. You know, those people that said those are Al-Qaeda, we don't have any checks and balances on them. It's just an Afghani guy that says, hey, man, that's Al-Qaeda right there, and we pay them for this information. So he has a vested interest to give us any information. We're talking about town pariahs, town drunks, people, ne'er-do-wells, whatever. They're all going to be, and people who this guy has a personal vendetta for. They are now on his list. Is that fair? Is that what wartime is about? Do you know in Afghanistan we have actually crushed a little boy's testicles in front of his family in order to get information. Had we heard about another nation doing that a couple years ago, we would have went to war with them, right? I mean, think about it. If any country in the Middle East was doing this at any time to anybody, I'm talking about a person from Turkey, a soldier from Turkey crushes the nuts of a young man from Italy, and it makes it to the news. What do we do about it? Don't we have something to say about it? We're the land of the free. You can't do that. And have you heard Karl Rove talk about why we invaded Iraq and how proud he is that we took the necessary tactics to avoid future disasters. And when he says necessary tactics, he is referring to torture. Proud? So you mean to tell me that we would have been bombed had we not waterboarded a person 131 times in the duration of a month until it became catatonic? You mean to tell me that we would have been safer if we wasn't fucking men and women up the ass? There's sodomy. People have been sodomized with stun guns in Guantanamo Bay in our custody. You mean to tell me that crucifixion of a detainee is imperative to our national security because we've done that? You mean to tell me that when we kill people and they open up their belly and they find a fucking baseball in their gullet, that was imperative to U.S. security? No, it wasn't. Because you know what? We've been in Afghanistan. Are you proud of the torture? How would you feel if you or your daughter was falsely imprisoned, which happens a lot? How about, I'm going to tell you the stats on that. How about you Google the innocent people in Guantanamo Bay compared to the guilty? I'm talking about the people who found innocent years after the motherfucking fact. Years after the waterboarding. Yeah, have you seen pictures of waterboarding? You know how they don't show that on fucking TV since it's so legal and enhanced interrogation? You don't see it on TV because if people saw it, they'd be motherfucking appalled. They wouldn't stand for it as a nation. And I want you to Google, I really want you to Google some torture in America right now, if you feel. Because when I found out about it, I'm disgusted. I can't say enough about it, and it only works when I tell people. Because it only works if we all get disgusted. If we all just can't take. When I say they made a motherfucker eat a baseball, they made a motherfucker eat a baseball. Baseball, and he's dead. They crucified someone. My God, they rape little girls and boys. Do research. Find out about it. Become mad. Like the guy on the network TV says. If you see Zeitgeist, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Nothing but, God, just make a damn video just like me. Do some research. Talk to some folk. the world becomes better, as opposed to you just watching the video, thinking about shit, smoking, and not doing anything. The world doesn't change. So, go.